welcome you to the Morin Family Park. It's a very bittersweet occasion today when we say thank you to someone that has meant so much to our community. Dr. Morin is a very special individual, as you know. Dr. Morin and his family. They have meant so much to this community, this hospital, and this region. And I have very fond memories of meeting Dr. Morin early on in his office and here at the hospital and talking about dreams, talking about what we wanted to accomplish. We wanted a thriving hospital. We wanted a successful clinic that really was vibrant and was meeting the growing needs of the community. And it's great to be able to be here today, and we're not only are we celebrating Dr. Morin, we're celebrating those successes. I am completely convinced that Higgins General Hospital, as a robust, thriving community hospital, would not be here if it wasn't for the efforts of Dr. Morin. There would not be a thriving clinic in Buchanan and colleagues, additional physicians there, if it was not for Dr. Morin. And y'all have heard this say is one of my favorite Dr. Morin stories. I remember many years ago sitting down with Dr. Morin. We talked several times about joining the medical group. And then I remember the final pitch I made about joining the medical group. I said, Dr. Morin, we really want you to join Tanner Medical Group. We really can't help you, but you can help us. And so, because things were so well run, we would only aspire to run a practice to his level and his expectations. So, Dr. Morin, we really appreciate you. I want to make one presentation. This is just a Tanner commemorative. And it says, Dr. Morin, 38 years. It's impossible to convey what you mean to Tanner, what you mean to me personally, what do you mean to all these people in this community. But I'll take a stab at it and say thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, now it's my turn, I guess. Oof.
Yes.
I
Yes,
kind of,
it is yours.
but it's a very, very nice introduction, Mr. Howard or Loy. I appreciate all the very, very nice words. They may be not completely true, but I appreciate it humbly. I'm humble to appreciate your thought about me. So I am glad to be here with everybody, and good afternoon, everybody. First, I would like to thank everyone for being here with my family and me to honor my retirement from active practice of medicine. It has been an incredible 39 years, and I am very humbled to be here today in front of all of you. I would like to acknowledge my dear sister, Solange. Where is she, Solange? And her husband, Ian, and also my very, very, very good friend, best friend, Jean-Robert and Charlotte. They came from Canada. It's about 1,300 miles from up north down, but they did well, and they came specifically for that. So thank you, all of you, for that. As you all know, I arrived here in West Georgia from Quebec, Canada in 1983. Louise and I made the decision to go south during the month of February, a time of the year in my area and in Canada that the temperature outside is about -20, -10. So that's what we call very cold. But I think that in 1993, you had experience with cold weather with the blizzard of 1993. So this is that kind of weather we have in Canada, or my area for sure. During that month, we received a letter from a recruiter asking us if we wanted to relocate. When I was in medical school, I took the American board to be able to come to the U.S. if I decided to. So I said, and we did not know at that time that Higgins Hospital was facing an exciting future too. So we told the recruiter, yes, if you can have a lot warmer weather, and a nice place to raise our family. So, and we had 4 boys from 3 to 7, and they were very active for sure. So they suggested South Dakota. So that night, Louise and I would look at the map, and it was south, but it was not that kind of south that we wanted. So we said no. So the recruiter called back a few days later, and he said, we have 3 cities to show you. So we went to 3 cities. The first one was Sauk City, Iowa. So when we visited the hospital there, we saw a snowmobile. Do you know what a snowmobile is? With the snow and all of that. In the corner of the entrance, going toward the emergency room. So when I asked what it was for, they told me that it was to get patient to the ER when there is too much snow or a blizzard. So we said, Louise and I will look at each other, and there was a no. So the second one was Calhoun, Kentucky, a very small town in West Kentucky. The weather was still too cold, and the area was fairly small. And the third one was Thomasville, West Alabama, very west of Alabama, northwest. It was mostly in the middle of nowhere, no really way in and out, easy way in and out. Then we said, no, we will just stay in Quebec. So recruiter, how they are, huh? A few weeks later, they call back, and they say, hey, we have an area that you may like very much. And this is the area where we gather today, in particular Buchanan. It had everything that we were searching for. Nice weather, open spaces, a great education system, an existing hospital network with great potential, Bremen and Carrollton, very friendly peoples, and proximity to big city like Birmingham, Atlanta, but far enough. So I am sharing all of that today because this area where we choose to make our home was by far the best place that we could have settled. Higgins General Hospital has always been extremely friendly and cordial to my family. So Lloyd said that I was good to them, but they were better to me. You know, they have been extremely nice here. Peoples, Higgins, very, very nice for me. Higgins welcomed us with open arms and made the transition from Quebec to Bremen, Buchanan very smooth and easy. When I came here, I met Robbie Smith. He was the administrator at that time. I met Norma and Deborah. Norma Norton and Deborah Sanders. They were running the hospital mainly, the day-to-day operation and all of that. I met also Clara Dewberry, Eloise Wheaton, and Janet Budden. I never knew how to pronounce her name, Budden, but anyhow, Budden, Budden. I learned a lot from all of them, and they trained me well. I learned how to admit patients, do the rounding, give medical orders, discharge the patient, all of that, because I was really a novice. I didn't know none about that. I also learned a lot from many doctors, Dr. Pritchett, Dr. McClendon, Dr. Kim, Dr. Siegel, Dr. Batchelor. Dr. Batchelor was very helpful also to help me to start my practice. At that time, I did hospitalization in Bremen, ER call, and I also did some medical call schedule at that time. Higgins General Hospital continued its strong tradition of providing medical services under the supervision of leadership of Jerry Morris, very great guy. I will admit that at the beginning, it was hard for me to understand the Southern accent and the colloquial expression, like over yonder, I reckon, hold your horses, warn slap out, yowl, crank the car, and the best one, bless her heart. And I'm fixing to, but I gradually learned. But it must have been also very hard for the people at the hospital to learn how I spoke, you know, my English, my vocabulary, my accent, but they were all very nice. And I remember when I was giving an order, I always asked the nurse or some of the people over the phone to repeat my order twice, you know, to make sure first that they understood me well, and second, that I understood them well. So it was kind of a challenge at the beginning. I was not ready to understand everything, so you showed me English, you know, and thank you for that. So Higgins has always been a great place for me to practice medicine. And I think over the year, because I have been 39 years with you, over the year, the best thing that ever happened to the hospitals was joining the Tanner Medical Health System, you know, really. When I look back, you know, I remember those evenings that we had meeting before we did the merger and all of that and the acquisition, Tanner. You present that very well, Lloyd, and you were very convincing. And one thing that I can do, you were a man of your word, that we can say. You always did what you said you would do. Since the late 1990 and 2000, Tanner has invested millions and millions of dollars to make Higgins General Hospital a model of how a hospital can prosper in a rural setting. And I say it again, a model of how a hospital can prosper in a rural setting. You just have to find a niche, you know, some places, and help the population greatly. On a very special note, the Tanner administration has always been extremely generous to the population of Harrison County and Buchanan. They have improved the quality of medicine, the medical education, and the treatment of peoples who lack the resources to pay for their medical care. They have always taken into consideration the suggestion given to them by me or the authority of Harrison County. Now I have to talk to you, Lloyd. A key figure in my tenure has been you, the CEO and president of Tanner Healthcare, Mr. Howard, Lloyd Howard. Mr. Howard, since I started practicing medicine in Buchanan, you have never stopped helping me by improving and delivering medical services to my patient and our population in Harrison. Under your guidance, the quality of the healthcare system in Carrollton, Harrell, and the surrounding county has grown tremendously. We simply could not find better healthcare system anywhere else. Tanner has more than 650 healthcare, 50 active and privileged medical staff, and more than 40 specialty. On a personal note, unfortunately, I guess I have experienced firsthand several times the excellent care that you gave us being hospitalized, you know. But I'm back on track, so it's a good sign. But the care was excellent, and all my patients tells me that too. Mr. Howard, also, you surrounded yourself with a great team, because one person is not out. You have to have a great team. And including Mr. Bill Hines, who was extremely instrumental in providing Buchanan with a superb facility. He spent countless of hours finding the best location and the best design. Also, Suzanne Fox, where is Suzanne? Suzanne has been like a sister to me. I almost say a mother, but you are a lot younger than me. You're a lot younger than me. You, you always try to make sense of my requests. I always try to help me. You have directed the Tanner Medical Group, who is a wonderful group, one of the biggest multi-specialty group in Georgia. You have directed that group, and I would say that like a French writer said, with an iron fist in a velvet glove. So you did a good job. And the TMG is doing very well and has been successful. Also, Tammy and Jennifer have been so good. You know, they have done a marvelous job planning and doing the day-to-day operation. Every year we have state inspection and joint commission accreditation, or every other year. And you have done an excellent job, and we always have passed with great colors, so thank you for that. Also, I have to say a thank you for all the time that they spend also decorating and managing that nice celebration for today and tomorrow. Tara Saylor also, and Tammy Philpott, and Mary Wade, and all the others that I may forget, you know, that have been extremely, I don't deserve it, but I will take it, so that's good. None of this could have happened without the strong leadership of Mr. Howard. He had a vision, I think you had a vision, Lloyd, of the health benefit you could bring to this area. I guess it's like Steve Jobs had a vision with his iPhone. So he had a vision, and they are both been successful. But before you do things, you have to have a vision, and you have to work at it. Without him, all of this could not have happened, for sure. He knew how to surround himself with the best possible people to achieve his dream. His very knowledgeable board of director, and also his very effective executive leadership has been great. You know, all the physicians feel well to be part. They feel well to be part of the big family of the Tanner system. All of us, we feel very well. I also want to mention the great relationship of the staff at Buchanan Medical Clinic. I am fortunate to have three outstanding healthcare providers. Dr. Engelbrecht has been 9 years with me, a great guy, gentleman. Tim Pardo also has been with me 22 years, almost him. Great guy, everybody knows him. And also Tiffany, maybe not here, but Tiffany has been with us 2 years. She's very liked with the peoples. Tim is very liked, and I think TMG is very lucky to have them as a provider in the system to reinforce the idea of serving the population and listening to the patient mostly. Also, I want to acknowledge my dedicated nurse, Tina, who provides excellent follow-through care to my patient. I don't know. Yeah, she's the right, okay. So here we are today, and I will be retiring at the end of June after 39 years, in addition to 8 years in Canada practicing medicine. The 39 years have been a dream come true. I have learned so many wonderful things with and mostly from all of you, because we listen, you know, we give something, but we take something. Just giving, you have to take experience of others and understand how they did. So I thank you for that. I was happy to go to work, and I'm still happy to go to work every day, every single day. I am happy. My wife knows that. My children know that. Everybody knows that. Louise and I have raised our 4 boys here. 3 of them are living in Carrollton, and 1 is living in Augusta. They are all doing well. So to finish, finally, I would like to thank the most important person in my life. my wife. With her constant smile, she always smiled. You will see her. Very kind, very patient, unselfish, very unselfish. She made me a better person, a better husband. Thank you, everybody. I did not finish my thing, but I wanted to say one anecdote. We had 4 boys, and like those there, we had 4 boys, and they were just between the 4. There was only 4 years apart and 2 months, so they were not always quiet for sure. So when they were like 7, 8, 9, and 10, I don't think I have, and I may be wrong, but I don't think I have ever heard my wife raising her voice when she was reprimanding them. Never. Always softly, softly trying to explain them. And if I'm saying a lie, all 4 boys will tell you that it is a lie, but I don't think it is. I think she could not raise her voice. She has never raised her voice at me, so I thank her very much for that. One, two, three, go. Ah, that sounds good. That would be good.